All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I hereby call this Town of Orangetown Workshop meeting to order. For pledge of allegiance to the flag. Everyone could please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, so the first, roll call. Could the town clerk please take attendance?
Councilman Troy?
Present.
Councilman Disney?
Here.
Councilman Valentine?
Here.
Councilman Fatari? And Supervisor Day?
Here. Okay, we have a brief announcement on February 6th at 8:05. We're going to have our public hearing regarding the performance standards relating to odor, particulate matter, etc., and our secret declarations and everything. That's on February 6th, 8:05 here. Another announcement, so, with new administration, things change a little bit. In the case, you're going to notice some differences in the agenda. There's going to be a couple exceptions to policy in this meeting because there's some timely matters, but generally speaking, unless it's an emergency, we won't be holding any votes in workshop meetings. And you'll notice that there's some more options where we just sort of discuss issues without a written out resolution. All the resolutions are written as proposed resolutions instead of sort of formally as though they're done already. I think it's just going to read a little better to the public and allow us to have a more free discussion on issues that aren't quite ready for a written out resolution here in this meeting. Yes, we do have one, speaking of things that we're going to vote for when we usually wouldn't. We're going to have to make a calendar adjustment, so is there a motion to move the January 16th town board meeting to January 23rd? Is there a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
Councilman Valentine, a second. Councilman Troy, all in favor? Aye. Okay.
For January 23rd, I would also like to bring in the Girl Scouts who worked on the Maggie Conway house.
Okay.
They come in just before the meeting.
Great, yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, so first thing, we have the proposed resolution to set the date for a public hearing regarding parking meters. Anyone have any input or thoughts on this subject? This was the one where,
Oh, this is
that specific
yeah,
area,
yeah,
Pro
yeah.
River, where it was
This
kind
is for two
of to get more
spots in
turnover.
front of the antique
That
shop.
antique shop, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him today.
So is everything good with everyone?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
It's been discussed at length.
Yeah,
He
we
was
talked
here
about it
with-
in the fall.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I ran into the gentleman. I ran into the new parking authority head, and we were talking about it today.
Okay,
We'd
great.
like to
So,
get this done as soon as possible.
right,
Yeah, I
so
see him every day. We got to get done.
good. So we got a public hearing. We'll vote on this resolution next week, or I'm sorry, on the 23rd. It'll be on the 13th of February. Great. Okay. Then we have a proposed resolution for another public hearing regarding the Orangeburg Commons mixed-use application. That's going to be March 13th. Does anyone have any objections or issues with that?
Nope.
Comments? No? Okay, so we have the liaisons to the land use boards and committees. If you look on to the town board here, we provided a list of where everyone was last year in terms of their liaisons. It's this separate sheet that was it's
All right.
probably underneath the stack
Yeah,
of
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
you
yeah,
got there.
yeah, yeah. All right.
I don't necessarily want to do all the same committees that Supervisor Stewart did. I don't know if Deputy Supervisor Lawler wants to do the ethics, but I don't know if there's any swapping we want to do, discussion. Let's just talk about if everyone's 100% comfortable where they are, or anyone wants to trade. Someone wants to do the shade tree and trade it for, substance abuse. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. We haven't finalized it. Obviously, we're doing some turnover, so we have a lot of resumes to go through for the actual committees that we'll talk about next. But we have to decide who's going to be with what committee.
All right.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not RIF anymore. Yeah. I think that would be good. If Mike, are you okay with doing a Board of Ethics liaison? I think since you're not paid, it's probably the best person to be on there, right? Okay. What did we have here? Oh, golf. Paul, you wanted to stay on that?
Yeah,
Or do you-
I actually like the three committees I'm on. and
Okay.
help, and So if nobody really wants them, I'd like to stay.
Okay. Tom, was there any adjustments you wanted to make on yours, or?
Let me go through all the committees I'm on, and I'll
Okay.
see if anyone wants to mix or match or switch.
You have a lot.
Yeah, you got a good amount. I mean, I could take one off your hands if you want, but,
For the Board of Assessments, you only meet once a year.
That's, all I get is phone
In
calls.
management, you only do that, you set that up the budget and,
so you'll
Yeah, I'll-
send an email or something?
Yeah.
Some ideas with that. Dennis, do you have any specifics with it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I may be interested in trading something or just taking one off someone's plate if someone feels like they want to.
The only thing you can do
We
is
can double up even.
supervise, go into anything you want.
I can, right? Just show up. You can't stop me, right?
You're the big guy.
Jerry, is there any ones that you were looking to rotate out, or are you generally okay?
Unless somebody's interested in something and wants to switch up on it.
Okay, so we'll, yeah, Tom, again, you do have the most, so if you wanted to drop something and see if I can pick it up, just let me know afterwards. And okay, great. And then we have, so this is the liaisons, now we have the committee advisory board discussion. So if you look behind this piece of paper, we have, these are the people, the list of our committees and advisory boards. We have some vacancies, obviously, on the boards that will need to be appointed in a separate process. We want to try to get the committees filled as quickly as possible. I just wanted you guys to take a look at the list of the people that are still interested in staying, because that's kind of what we have written down here. And, any thoughts you have on them, not right now in this format, but we have a large stack of resumes for applications for the committees from various parts of the town.
Send them all the resumes out to all-
Right, yeah, we're going to, yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to sort of start bringing it up. We're not ready to have the votes or anything like that, or even to list it, but,
We gotta have interviews too.
right, so that was the other thing. We have to set up a date for a special town board meeting to have the interviews, because I have to go through the resumes, and then we just set that up.
We usually do the interviews on a Saturday, it's just easier.
Yes, that was mentioned. Do you guys want to talk about maybe penciling in a day there? I think probably, based on the timeline in my office, we could probably do it on the 20th of January. I do want to get them started sooner rather than later. Does anyone have would you have a problem with this, the interviews on the 20th
I
of January?
think Jerry's away the 20th.
No, you're good? Okay. Oh, 120.
120.
120, yeah. For the committees, I want to get, because they all,
January, I'm away through the 20th.
oh,
Through the 20th.
okay. We could do,
To set up a special meeting, interviewing candidates for boards.
could we, what about a Sunday on the 28th? Is that Sunday? Okay?
I'm around after that, I'm around for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Can you guys do the 28th, the Sunday? I don't want to go too far down the road.
That Saturday, I have a wedding reception on Long Island, so don't count on me for Sunday.
It doesn't have to be too early. How about this? We'll talk, if you guys can send me a list of days that are available for you. I want to try to get the interviews done before the end of the month, since the committees have to be fully reappointed. That way we can get it going. I know it's going to take longer with me coming in than it would in a stable setting, but, yeah. So just shoot me emails about your availability in the rest of the month for interview date, and we'll talk about it. And take a look, when you can, go through the packet of the people who were still in, that were in from last year, to see about who we want to keep in there and who we want to rotate out, or that sort of thing. Okay. So that brings us to number 5, which is regarding lead agency status for the bicycle pedestrian path, Route 303 Road, or Route 303 and Greenbush Road. This is where we're going to have, it's kind of
So
right around where you
Jack
are.
and
Yeah,
explain
go for it,
This
please.
is something I've been pushing.
Yeah.
I worked with Senator Colucci to get some funding for what they call a bike bypass, because the bicyclists have to go from Greenbush Road on the 303 and then back on the Greenbush Road. We've had a couple of fatalities where the bikers actually got hit. So we secured some money from the state to do that, and this is just another step in the process of Jimmy getting closer to actually getting this thing done.
Great. Okay, so there's no issues with anyone with this content to have for the next meeting and the
No.
phrasing and anything, any notes?
No, this is, and it's been discussed.
I know
at
it's been
length.
discussed too, yeah, yeah, I know it's right by your
So-
business there. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Based on what the town board schedules were, we were planning on having a public meeting for inviting 150 residents from that general area, because as part of this project, we have that public informational meeting.
Mhm.
So we were gonna have it on the 23rd, but if we're gonna have a town board meeting, 7 o'clock, I don't think would be enough time to talk, so we can make that on the 30th, the following.
I don't see that being an issue.
I didn't get that out to you yet, we just planned.
No, that's good, because we moved the meeting, so that works out better.
He was gonna be the 23rd, the public one for this thing, but because the town board meeting is gonna be that.
Dennis, they have to do a public information.
Public informational meeting,
Yeah, we explained to the general public what.
right. Okay, so let me just,
So we don't necessarily have to be there, but I'll probably be there.
It's public information.
okay, so then you make that adjustment, Jim, and then, but we're good with the content of the resolution, it's kind of boilerplate. but- Okay, and then we have Sylvia Welch. Just for my office, we definitely intend to use her for at least this year, because to do with the transition, she knows what she's doing. We'll see if Amanda, what she says after having done it
Are you gonna
for
cap?
next year, but.
I'd like to have a cap on how much we can have her do. I don't like to give a blank check.
Well, I just don't know what the normal amount would be to cap
Well,
it at. I
we
don't want
can
to like
always
say,
come back at a later date if you need more money, but I think we should cap it at, $5,000, which, yeah.
that's how many hours? It's 16 an hour.
Uh,
6,000 would be 100, I mean, 1,000.
Yeah, we'll do it at 6, just to make the math easy.
Yeah, so it's 90 hours. Yeah, I think that's fair. So cap it at 6,000.
Yeah, it's 100 hours.
It's 100 hours. Yeah, and then if we need more, we'll ask, but I don't think 100 hours is a lot, so we'll make that change for the next meeting. Okay. Demi has we want to basically bump someone up here, appoint him to motor equipment operator. He's, if I recall, Joe, this is the guy that was already doing the job, basically, right? And he's in the laborer position? Right. Okay. Good. Yeah, so this is kind of like a recognition of him doing the job already, more so than a brand-new thing. Does anyone have any issues with that for the next meeting? Okay. Finance, we have authorizing signing of contract for auditing services. This is the same flat rate, Jeff, you said for like, what, 10 years or something like that? Since 2010, they've been charging us the same amount. It wasn't signed before Supervisor Stewart left. We're just going to try to keep it flat the same for the next 2 years. I don't see there being any issues there, right?
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
So he got his open house on the May 19th.
Yeah, here we go. So open house, American Public Works Association Adult Equipment Show. I don't see anyone having an issue with you hosting this, I think, right? No, okay. And then open house, again, I don't think that's a problem for anyone.
Yeah. This one,
Public Works and an open house are two different
yeah,
things. Yeah,
the open house is the popcorn and the shirts.
right.
Kids love
They
I
do.
know.
Yeah, oh, the kids love that. Yeah, the highway open house, yeah, and then the police one's in the fall usually.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so those are both good for highway. Then we have a resolution to approve sewer work. John, could you just explain this a little bit, because this kind of jumped on, I didn't really. The town attorney one, the Commissioner of Environmental Engineering.
It's just the licenses for the.
It's just
that.
licenses?
Basically, plumbers have to apply to the town
Yeah,
and show insurances so that they're allowed to work on sewer systems in the town.
okay. So this is just a,
Dennis Nichols, reviews with Demir was building the qualifications. The extent that a license is required.
okay,
Now, these are routinely on the agenda.
gotcha. So these guys are all have been reviewed and,
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have to be licensed plumbers, they have to have, all the right insurances.
Okay.
Their name in town,
great.
and it's a yearly thing, so we get these quite a bit.
All the
Okay.
time.
That's fair. All right, in personnel, we have appointing Christine Fuller, senior clerk typist. I'm not sure what her current status is. I don't know.
New hire.
Is this a new hire? Is this a promotion?
This is a position that was vacated by a woman resigning. Christine Fuller was a part-time clerk in the police department. She was, number one on the Rockland County list for this position, being clerk typist. And, they held interviews and the judges liked her.
Okay,
She wanted to hire her.
okay. No issues here at my end, at least. Included for the next meeting. The one thing, the police one didn't make it. I thought he wanted to vote on that today, but I didn't see that on the agenda. No. So we'll just do that next time then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's no issues. So we actually did the town clerk discussion at the tail end of our police meeting. We'll have to do the executive session regarding this, but before we do executive session, so anyone who's visiting can just duck out. Does anyone else have any other new items, new business they want to bring forward?
Yeah.
Yes, Jerry.
Being that we especially moved the meeting to January 23rd, I'd like to, I know that you said that we weren't going to do anything on town board meetings, on workshops. However, I'd like to nominate the 2 police officers. This way we can get them going with the county, being that the chief mentioned earlier that the county was dragging his feet a little bit with the other 2. It was taking some time.
Yes. Is everyone okay with doing that tonight?
And again, it's just nominating so he can get them into the system
Process, yeah.
to be,
This is the 2 non-academy ones.
Yeah, I have no problem with
Just
it.
going through the,
Just to get them, so we.
yeah, this is just going to allow the county to do their work, that's all.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
And rather than
So-
wait till the
This is
23rd.
Anthony Ramon.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was in here. I think he pulled it
prepared.
from the agenda because after our conversation, so it's in here somewhere.
Alright, so Orlando.
Yeah, Anthony Ramon and Orlando Ricardo.
So you're making a motion to nominate Anthony Ramon and Orlando Cachada.
Nominate them so that the chief can move on to take care of the county
so they-
paperwork that has to be taken care of.
Right, send the paperwork up to county.
Exactly, this way they could start on them.
Alright.
All right, so we have a motion from Jerry, a second from Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and the accept the ayes have it. Anyone else have anything they want to bring up?
No.
Nothing at all? Okay, so I'm going to move that we go into executive session to discuss the proposed acquisition, sale, lease of real property. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. There won't be any other new stuff afterwards if anyone wants to cut out. Thank you.